Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to open your hearts and minds to the beauty of life's surprises. Every sunrise carries with it gifts we often overlook, blessings that arrive when we least expect them. This morning, let us awaken not just to the day, but to the extraordinary possibilities that lie hidden in plain sight. Embracing each day with hope and gratitude is not simply a suggestion. It is a deliberate act of courage, a conscious choice to rise above the noise of despair and the shadows of doubt. Each morning, when the first rays of sunlight filter through the curtains and touch our faces, there lies before us a blank canvas, untouched and unspoiled, a gift from the universe that carries with it infinite possibilities. It is in these moments, often unnoticed and uncelebrated, that the seeds of hope are planted, waiting for our attention, waiting for our acknowledgement, waiting for us to decide that today we will see the beauty in what is and the promise in what could be. To embrace each day with hope is to recognize that no matter what yesterday brought, no matter the trials and tribulations that have etched themselves into the corners of our minds, there is always a new beginning, a new chance to breathe, a new opportunity to take one more step toward the life we dream of. Hope is not a passive waiting. It is an active reaching, a stretching of the spirit toward possibilities that may seem just beyond our grasp, but are, in truth, within our reach if only we dare to extend ourselves. Gratitude, too, is an active force, one that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. When we greet each day with gratitude, we open our hearts to the gifts that surround us, gifts we might otherwise overlook: the warmth of the sun on our skin, the laughter of a child, the kindness of a stranger, the gentle rhythm of our own heartbeat. Gratitude allows us to see life not as a series of burdens to bear, but as a tapestry woven with threads of beauty, love, and connection. To live with hope and gratitude is to live with eyes wide open, to notice the miracles that unfold in the small details, the quiet gestures, the moments that might seem insignificant yet carry profound meaning. It is to understand that life, in all its complexity and chaos, is fundamentally a gift, and that our response to it can either deepen our despair or elevate our spirit. The act of embracing each day with hope and gratitude begins in the mind but resides in the heart. It begins with a choice, a decision to reject cynicism, to resist bitterness, to turn away from the shadows that whisper of limitations, and instead to focus on the light that beckons us forward. It is a practice, one that must be nurtured daily, for the human heart is prone to forgetfulness, to dwelling on loss, to cataloging grievances and disappointments. But each day provides a chance to reset, to begin again, to consciously direct our attention toward that which uplifts, inspires, and sustains us. In embracing hope, we cultivate resilience. We learn that setbacks are not the end of the story, but rather chapters in a narrative still unfolding. When hope is present, the mind refuses to be confined by circumstance, refusing to accept that failure is permanent, refusing to accept that difficulty is insurmountable. Hope whispers that beyond the horizon of today, there is another chance, another opportunity to act, to create, to love, to heal. And gratitude amplifies this hope. For when we recognize the blessings in our lives, no matter how small, we create a foundation of abundance upon which hope can flourish. The simple act of acknowledging the air we breathe, the meals we consume, the roofs over our heads, the hands that hold ours in friendship or love, creates a wellspring of appreciation that strengthens our resolve to continue, to strive, to persevere. Living with hope and gratitude does not mean ignoring pain or pretending that suffering does not exist. Rather, it is a choice to engage with life fully, to hold space for both joy and sorrow, and to understand that even in hardship, there are lessons to be learned and blessings to be discovered. It is the recognition that a difficult day may also carry the gift of resilience, that a challenging moment may contain the seed of growth, that a tear shed may water the soul for deeper understanding and compassion. When we greet each day with hope, we invite possibilities into our lives that might otherwise remain hidden. We become attuned to opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with our purpose and aspirations. We develop a keen sense of awareness, noticing synchronicities and patterns that guide us toward fulfillment. Gratitude, in turn, transforms these possibilities into appreciation, allowing us to fully inhabit the richness of each experience, to savor the sweetness of accomplishments, to cherish the lessons learned from failures, and to recognize the interconnectedness of all things. In embracing hope and gratitude, we also influence those around us. Our outlook becomes contagious, a beacon of light in environments often overshadowed by negativity. We model a way of being that encourages others to see beyond their immediate circumstances, to recognize the potential for joy and goodness even in times of uncertainty. The energy of hope inspires action, and the energy of gratitude fosters connection, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond our individual lives. Each day, as we rise and face the world, we are presented with choices. We can succumb to despair, focus on what is lacking, or be overwhelmed by fear. Or we can consciously choose hope, acknowledging that while we cannot control every circumstance, we can control our response, our perspective, and the lens through which we view our lives. Hope reminds us that the future is not fixed, that change is possible, that growth is attainable. Gratitude reminds us that the present moment, with all its imperfections, is a gift worthy of acknowledgement, celebration, and reverence. The practice of embracing each day with hope and gratitude can take many forms. It may be a moment of quiet reflection at dawn, a prayer whispered into the morning air, a journal filled with thoughts of appreciation, or simple acts of kindness that affirm the value of connection. It may involve setting intentions, visualizing positive outcomes, or consciously reframing challenges as opportunities. What matters is not the method, but the commitment to engage with life in a way that honors both its promise and its present reality. As we cultivate this mindset, we begin to notice subtle shifts within ourselves. Fear loses some of its power, worry diminishes, and a sense of peace emerges, rooted not in circumstance, but in perspective. We recognize that our well-being is less dependent on external conditions and more on the orientation of our hearts and minds. Hope and gratitude become lenses through which we interpret experience, transforming mundane routines into meaningful rituals and ordinary moments into extraordinary revelations. Furthermore, embracing hope and gratitude equips us to face adversity with courage and dignity. Life is unpredictable, and difficulties will inevitably arise. Yet, when we have anchored ourselves in hope, we approach challenges with the belief that solutions exist, that lessons can be learned, and that setbacks are temporary. Gratitude provides a stabilizing force, allowing us to acknowledge the support, resources, and strengths that sustain us, reminding us that we are not alone, and that even in the darkest times, light can be found. In cultivating this practice, we also deepen our sense of purpose. Hope motivates us to pursue goals that align with our values and dreams, while gratitude grounds us in the recognition of the progress we have already made. Together, they create a harmonious balance, a dynamic interplay that fosters both ambition and contentment, drive and appreciation, striving and serenity. The journey of embracing each day with hope and gratitude is lifelong, a continuous unfolding of awareness, intention, and appreciation. It requires patience, persistence, and practice, for the human heart is easily swayed by fear, doubt, and negativity. Yet, with dedication, we can transform our inner landscape, cultivating a mindset that sees potential rather than limitation, abundance rather than scarcity, and possibility rather than despair. In doing so, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to the collective upliftment of those around us, spreading light, encouragement, and inspiration in ways both seen and unseen. And so, as we awaken each morning, let us take a deep breath and consciously choose to greet the day with hope in our hearts and gratitude in our souls, recognizing that these simple yet profound attitudes have the power to shape not only our experiences, but the very trajectory of our lives. In embracing hope and gratitude, we honor the gift of existence itself, we celebrate the miracle of consciousness, and we affirm our capacity to live fully, love deeply, and contribute meaningfully to the world we inhabit. Life has a way of surprising us, of presenting moments and encounters that arrive unannounced, often hidden within the ordinary fabric of our days. To look for opportunities in unexpected places is to cultivate a sense of awareness that stretches beyond the obvious, a vision that peers into the unseen, the overlooked, and the seemingly mundane. It is a practice of attentiveness, of being fully present to the unfolding of life, recognizing that even in the shadows of uncertainty, the seeds of possibility exist, waiting for us to notice them, to nurture them, and to act upon them. Many of us move through our days with eyes wide open, yet hearts half closed, scanning the horizon only for what we expect, for what aligns with our preconceived notions, for what fits neatly within the boxes we have built in our minds. But the most transformative moments often lie off the beaten path, in the corners we rarely explore, in the faces we seldom encounter, in the experiences we might initially dismiss as inconsequential. It is in the unexpected that life whispers its greatest lessons, its most profound opportunities, its hidden treasures. To seek opportunities in unexpected places requires courage, for it asks us to step beyond comfort and familiarity, to challenge our assumptions, to embrace the possibility of failure, and to trust that the world has more to offer than we might imagine. It is a willingness to see the extraordinary in the ordinary, to recognize that a chance encounter, a fleeting conversation, or a simple act of curiosity can become a turning point, a doorway to growth, achievement, and fulfillment. Opportunities are rarely presented on silver platters or with flashing neon signs. They are often subtle, disguised in forms that require discernment and intuition to recognize. A closed door may conceal a path that was meant for us. A moment of discomfort may hold the lesson we need, and a challenge may be the catalyst for transformation. When we cultivate the habit of looking for opportunities in unexpected places, we train ourselves to see with new eyes, to perceive beyond the superficial, to listen beyond the noise, and to trust the guidance of our inner wisdom. There is a quiet power in noticing the possibilities that others overlook, in valuing the experiences that might seem trivial, in recognizing the potential that resides in what appears imperfect or incomplete. Life's greatest opportunities often present themselves disguised as problems, setbacks, or detours. A job that seems beneath our skills may introduce us to mentors, networks, or experiences that redefine our career trajectory. A relationship that challenges us may teach us empathy, patience, and self-awareness that prepare us for deeper connections. A failure may contain the insights and resilience that pave the way for future success. When we look beyond surface appearances and examine the underlying patterns, the hidden connections, and the subtle invitations of life, we begin to see that opportunities are abundant, that they exist in abundance even when they seem scarce, that they appear when we are ready to receive them, and often in forms we did not anticipate. The act of seeking opportunity in unexpected places is also an act of faith, a declaration that life is benevolent, that the universe conspires in ways that may not be immediately apparent, and that our journey is guided by forces we may not always understand, but that ultimately lead us toward growth and fulfillment. It requires patience, for opportunities often unfold slowly, gradually revealing themselves as we prepare, learn, and evolve. It requires attentiveness, for the signs are often subtle: a passing comment, a chance encounter, a shift in circumstance, a fleeting intuition. It requires courage, for seizing opportunity may demand risk, vulnerability, and stepping into the unknown. Yet, those who cultivate this perspective discover that life is richer, more abundant, and more rewarding than they ever imagined, that the hidden doors are many, and that the treasures of experience are often nestled in places we would have otherwise ignored. To embrace the unexpected, to look for opportunities where others see none, is to develop resilience and adaptability. The world is unpredictable, circumstances change, and plans often falter. By remaining open to alternative pathways, by recognizing potential in the unanticipated, we equip ourselves to navigate uncertainty with grace and resourcefulness. We become able to pivot, to adjust, to seize what is available rather than lament what is lost, and to create meaning even in the midst of disruption. There is also a profound humility in this practice, for it teaches us that we do not have control over all circumstances, that wisdom often comes from observation rather than force, from listening rather than insisting, from paying attention rather than assuming. Opportunities appear when we are receptive, not when we demand, when we are present, not when we are distracted, when we are willing to learn, not when we are certain. The world, in its infinite complexity, is constantly offering possibilities. A stranger's advice may guide us to a breakthrough we never expected. A moment of failure may illuminate a path we had not considered. An invitation to participate in something outside our comfort zone may reveal talents, passions, or relationships that transform our lives. By cultivating the habit of noticing, of remaining curious, and of embracing the unanticipated, we develop the capacity to recognize these moments, to act decisively when they present themselves, and to integrate them into our journey in ways that enhance our growth and fulfillment. Looking for opportunities in unexpected places also fosters creativity and innovation. When we are willing to explore beyond conventional boundaries, when we are open to ideas, experiences, and perspectives that differ from our own, we begin to see solutions and possibilities that others may overlook. We learn to connect disparate elements, to synthesize information in novel ways, and to approach challenges with imagination and resourcefulness. The unexpected becomes a wellspring of inspiration, and what once seemed ordinary transforms into extraordinary potential. Moreover, the practice of seeking opportunity in unlikely places deepens our appreciation for diversity and complexity. Life is rich with variation, and the perspectives, talents, and experiences of others often hold insights we cannot access on our own. By engaging with the unfamiliar, by listening attentively to voices outside our immediate circles, and by exploring avenues we might initially dismiss, we expand our understanding of the world and our capacity to act effectively within it. This openness enhances not only our personal growth, but also our ability to contribute meaningfully to our communities, our professions, and the lives of those we encounter. In many ways, opportunities are gifts disguised as ordinary events. The chance to learn, to connect, to contribute, to challenge oneself, and to grow often comes wrapped in unexpected forms. Recognizing them requires vigilance, attentiveness, and a willingness to act despite uncertainty. It is a mindset that seeks abundance rather than scarcity, that perceives possibility rather than limitation, that honors the potential in people, places, and circumstances that might initially appear unremarkable. The transformative power of embracing opportunity in unexpected places is evident in the lives of those who have achieved greatness despite humble or challenging beginnings. Many innovators, leaders, and visionaries discovered their paths not in the places they anticipated, but in circumstances that demanded creativity, courage, and persistence. They noticed the doors that others ignored, seized the possibilities that others dismissed, and cultivated the skills and mindset necessary to turn chance into triumph. Their journeys remind us that life is not a linear progression, that success is rarely the result of careful planning alone, and that the most profound transformations often arise from encounters and experiences that were initially unanticipated. This mindset is equally relevant in our personal lives. Relationships, friendships, and moments of connection often flourish in unexpected ways. An unplanned conversation may blossom into lifelong companionship. A moment of vulnerability may cultivate trust and intimacy. A challenge shared with someone may reveal a source of support, wisdom, or inspiration. By remaining open to these possibilities, by embracing the unexpected rather than resisting it, we enrich our experiences, deepen our relationships, and expand the horizons of what is possible in our own lives. To cultivate the habit of looking for opportunities in unexpected places, one must also cultivate patience, observation, and reflection. Opportunities do not always reveal themselves immediately. They often require discernment, waiting, and attentive engagement. It is in the quiet moments, in reflection, in listening to intuition and inner guidance that we learn to recognize the signals, the signs, and the openings that life presents. In doing so, we develop a keen sensitivity to timing, context, and alignment, allowing us to act effectively when the moment is right. Life's unexpected opportunities often challenge our assumptions, demanding that we step outside the limitations we have imposed upon ourselves. They invite us to reconsider what is possible, to redefine our understanding of success and fulfillment, and to expand our capacity for resilience, creativity, and courage. By embracing these moments, by recognizing the potential within them, we embark on a journey of continual growth, discovery, and transformation, one that shapes not only our circumstances, but also our character, our perspective, and our sense of purpose. Trusting that challenges may lead to blessings is a profound act of faith, a conscious surrender to the unfolding of life, and an acknowledgement that even in adversity, there is a purpose, a lesson, and a hidden gift waiting to be discovered. Life, in all its complexity, presents us with trials that test our patience, our courage, and our resilience. These moments often arrive unannounced, breaking into our routines, unsettling our plans, and demanding that we confront circumstances beyond our control. Yet within each challenge lies the potential for growth, transformation, and unforeseen blessings. To trust in this process requires a heart that is open, a mind that is perceptive, and a spirit that refuses to be confined by fear or despair. Challenges are the crucibles of life, shaping character, refining purpose, and illuminating strengths we may not have known existed within us. When faced with difficulties, it is natural to experience doubt, frustration, and even anger, for the discomfort of the moment can obscure the long-term benefits and lessons that are quietly emerging. However, those who have cultivated the habit of trusting in the hidden blessings of challenge recognize that every obstacle carries within it the seeds of opportunity. A setback, though painful, may redirect us toward paths we would not have otherwise considered. A failure, though discouraging, may reveal areas for growth, skills to develop, and perspectives to adopt. Even a moment of loss may illuminate the value of what remains, deepen our empathy, and strengthen our resolve to pursue a life of meaning and purpose. Trusting that challenges may lead to blessings is not a passive resignation, but an active engagement with life's trials. It is the conscious choice to look beyond immediate discomfort, to search for the lesson embedded within the struggle, and to embrace the possibility that something beautiful may emerge from the difficulty. It is a recognition that life's wisdom often arrives through experience, that our most profound insights are cultivated not in moments of ease, but in the crucible of adversity, where patience, courage, and faith are tested and strengthened. This trust also requires a suspension of the need for immediate answers. In the face of difficulty, the mind naturally seeks resolution, clarity, and control. Yet, the universe often unfolds on a timeline that differs from our own, revealing understanding only when we are ready to receive it. By cultivating patience and maintaining an attitude of openness, we allow ourselves to perceive blessings that may otherwise be overlooked. The blessings that emerge from challenges are diverse and often subtle. They may take the form of inner strength, resilience, or the development of virtues such as compassion, humility, and wisdom. They may manifest as opportunities, relationships, or achievements that would not have been possible without the obstacle that initially obstructed our path. These blessings are rarely immediate or obvious. They often require reflection, gratitude, and insight to recognize. Trusting in the transformative potential of challenges also cultivates hope. When we believe that trials can lead to blessings, we approach life with a sense of anticipation rather than despair. We understand that even difficult circumstances carry the potential for enrichment, that setbacks may be temporary, and that growth is always possible. This perspective transforms the way we experience hardship, allowing us to navigate adversity with grace, resilience, and courage, rather than succumbing to fear or resignation. Challenges, when approached with trust, also foster creativity and problem solving. They demand that we think differently, adapt, and find solutions where none seemed apparent. They stretch our capacity to innovate, to persevere, and to engage fully with life's complexities. In this way, what initially appears as a burden can become a catalyst for ingenuity, learning, and personal evolution, demonstrating that the human spirit is remarkably capable of transforming difficulty into opportunity. Trusting that challenges may lead to blessings is closely tied to the practice of reflection. By examining our experiences thoughtfully, we uncover insights that may be hidden within the difficulty. We recognize patterns, identify lessons, and gain clarity about our values, priorities, and purpose. Reflection allows us to see beyond the immediate discomfort, to appreciate the growth that has occurred, and to recognize the subtle ways in which life is guiding us toward greater fulfillment and understanding. This trust also nurtures humility, reminding us that we are part of a larger narrative, one that extends beyond our immediate perception. Life's challenges often teach us that control is limited, that uncertainty is inevitable, and that the unfolding of events may be guided by forces beyond our comprehension. By surrendering to this reality while maintaining faith in the potential for blessings, we cultivate acceptance, patience, and resilience, all of which enhance our capacity to thrive despite adversity. Furthermore, trusting in the hidden blessings of challenges strengthens our connections with others. Difficult experiences often reveal the depth of human empathy, support, and collaboration. In moments of struggle, we witness the kindness of strangers, the loyalty of friends, and the guidance of mentors. These connections, formed or strengthened through adversity, often become sources of inspiration, encouragement, and enduring relationships. Recognizing the blessing within challenges allows us to approach life with gratitude, even in times of difficulty. Gratitude transforms perspective, helping us to appreciate what we have, to honor the lessons learned, and to acknowledge the growth achieved through struggle. It shifts the focus from what has been lost or denied to what has been gained, from despair to hope, from limitation to possibility. Life's challenges also teach resilience, the quiet strength that carries us through adversity and enables us to face future difficulties with greater confidence and poise. Resilience emerges not from avoiding hardship, but from embracing it, navigating it, and learning from it. Each challenge endured strengthens the spirit, expands the heart, and deepens our capacity to engage fully with life. Trusting that blessings may arise from challenges encourages a mindset of possibility rather than limitation. It invites us to see obstacles as invitations to grow, to explore, and to transcend, reminding us that life's difficulties are often the very catalysts that propel us toward our most meaningful achievements and deepest joys. This mindset fosters courage, for it encourages us to face adversity with the belief that something valuable lies ahead, even when the path is unclear. Courage, in turn, fuels perseverance, enabling us to continue striving, learning, and growing, even when immediate results are not visible. Trusting in the hidden blessings of challenges requires patience, reflection, and faith, yet it yields profound rewards. It transforms our relationship with adversity, reshaping our perception of life's trials from burdens to opportunities. It deepens our understanding of ourselves, of others, and of the intricate web of experiences that shape our journey. It reminds us that life, with all its unpredictability, is fundamentally generous, offering lessons, growth, and blessings even in moments that appear difficult or discouraging. Challenges also cultivate empathy and compassion as they allow us to experience firsthand the struggles, disappointments, and fears that are part of the human condition. Through our own adversity, we gain the capacity to connect with others, to offer support, understanding, and kindness, and to recognize the shared experiences that unite us across differences. This capacity for empathy enhances relationships, strengthens communities, and fosters a sense of interconnectedness that enriches both personal and collective life. Trusting that challenges may lead to blessings is a philosophy that transforms existence itself. It teaches us to engage with life courageously, to embrace uncertainty with openness, and to approach each difficulty as an invitation to grow, evolve, and discover deeper meaning. It shifts the narrative from one of victimhood to one of empowerment, from despair to hope, from limitation to possibility. Those who adopt this perspective understand that blessings are rarely immediate, obvious, or guaranteed, yet they recognize that life's unfolding, when met with trust and awareness, is filled with opportunities for transformation, growth, and fulfillment. In embracing challenges as potential blessings, we cultivate patience, fortitude, and gratitude. We learn to value the journey as much as the destination, to honor the lessons embedded in each experience, and to celebrate the ways in which adversity can enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. We discover that life's trials, though sometimes painful, often carry the wisdom, insight, and gifts that shape our character, illuminate our purpose, and guide us toward greater fulfillment. Through trust, reflection, and awareness, we begin to perceive the hidden blessings within every challenge, recognizing that life's most profound gifts are often delivered through the very circumstances that initially tested our faith, resilience, and courage. In this understanding, adversity is no longer merely an obstacle to endure, but a transformative force, a teacher, and a guide, offering us opportunities for growth, insight, and connection that might otherwise remain undiscovered. To celebrate the small miracles around us is to recognize that life is abundant with wonders that often go unnoticed, hidden in plain sight, waiting for our awareness to illuminate them. In the rush of daily existence, it is easy to overlook the subtle signs of beauty, the quiet acts of kindness, and the ordinary moments that carry extraordinary meaning. Yet, when we pause, reflect, and open our hearts, we discover that miracles are not only grandiose or dramatic, they are woven into the fabric of every day, present in the laughter of a child, the warmth of the sun, the gentle sway of leaves in the wind, and the quiet persistence of life itself. Life, in all its complexity, presents us with opportunities to witness and appreciate these miracles if we choose to look, to listen, and to feel with intentionality. To celebrate them is to cultivate a mindset of gratitude and attentiveness, a practice of mindfulness that allows us to see not just what is missing, but what is abundantly present. The small miracles of life are everywhere, yet they require patience and awareness to perceive. A smile shared between strangers, a hand extended in help, a moment of connection or understanding, or even a fleeting thought that sparks inspiration. All of these are gifts that carry profound significance. When we acknowledge them, we not only honor their presence, but we also invite more of them into our lives. For recognition and appreciation amplify the energy of goodness and abundance. Celebrating the small miracles is also an act of affirmation, a declaration that life, despite its challenges and unpredictability, is fundamentally generous, and that joy, beauty, and hope exist in every corner if we are willing to see them. It requires humility, for it teaches us that the extraordinary is often hidden within the ordinary, and that life's most meaningful gifts are rarely loud or demanding of attention. These small miracles are often moments that remind us of the interconnectedness of all things, of the invisible threads that tie us to each other and to the world. They reveal that even in times of difficulty, there is a rhythm, a pattern, and a harmony that sustains us, that life continues to offer sustenance, guidance, and wonder when we open ourselves to receive it. To celebrate these moments is to cultivate joy, not in anticipation of grand achievements or dramatic events, but in the immediacy of experience. It is a recognition that the sacred exists not only in temples, churches, or extraordinary events, but also in the ordinary, in the everyday acts that shape our lives and the lives of those around us. A kind word spoken at the right moment, an act of forgiveness, the completion of a small task that brings order and clarity, or the simple act of breathing deeply and feeling alive. All of these are small miracles, deserving of acknowledgement, appreciation, and celebration. In cultivating the habit of recognizing and celebrating small miracles, we also cultivate resilience. Life will inevitably present hardships, disappointments, and setbacks. Yet the ability to perceive and cherish the moments of beauty and goodness that persist amidst adversity strengthens our spirit. These small miracles serve as reminders that life continues to offer opportunities for joy, connection, and growth, even when circumstances are challenging. They teach us that hope is not dependent on external circumstances, but on perception and awareness. Moreover, celebrating small miracles fosters gratitude, which in turn transforms the way we experience life. Gratitude allows us to shift our focus from scarcity to abundance, from lack to appreciation, from comparison to contentment. It opens our hearts to the richness of our experiences and encourages us to acknowledge not only what we desire, but also what we already possess. Each small miracle recognized is a moment of gratitude, a conscious acknowledgement that life, in its subtleties and nuances, is worthy of celebration. The practice of celebrating small miracles is also deeply nurturing to our relationships. When we notice and appreciate the small gestures, efforts, and expressions of love, kindness, and support from others, we strengthen our connections and foster a culture of care and attentiveness. A word of thanks, a gesture of recognition, or a simple acknowledgement of effort can transform ordinary interactions into profound moments of meaning, creating bonds that endure and flourish over time. Life's small miracles often teach lessons that are not immediately obvious but reveal themselves over time. A chance encounter may evolve into a meaningful friendship. A difficult day may lead to insights that guide future decisions, and a seemingly insignificant moment of reflection may spark inspiration or clarity. By celebrating these occurrences, we honor the subtle ways in which life communicates with us, reminding us that growth, understanding, and fulfillment are often cultivated incrementally through experiences that may initially appear inconsequential. Recognizing the small miracles also cultivates mindfulness, the ability to live fully in the present moment with awareness and intention. In noticing the beauty and goodness that surrounds us, we anchor ourselves in the present, freeing ourselves from excessive worry about the past or anxiety about the future. We learn to savor the richness of each moment, to find satisfaction in simplicity, and to honor the intricacies and subtleties that give life depth and texture. There is also a spiritual dimension to celebrating small miracles, for it invites us to acknowledge a source of abundance, love, and creativity beyond ourselves. Whether one perceives this as the divine, the universe, or the inherent intelligence of life, recognizing the extraordinary within the ordinary is an act of reverence. It allows us to experience awe, wonder, and connection, fostering a sense of belonging and purpose that transcends the material and the immediate. Furthermore, celebrating small miracles encourages optimism and positivity, which are essential for well-being and fulfillment. When we cultivate the habit of noticing and honoring life's blessings, we train our minds to seek the good, to recognize progress, and to anticipate positive possibilities. This mindset strengthens resilience, enhances emotional health, and inspires action, allowing us to approach life with energy, creativity, and enthusiasm, even when challenges arise. The act of celebration does not require grandeur or ceremony. It can be as simple as a moment of quiet reflection, a note of thanks, a shared smile, or an internal acknowledgement of beauty and goodness. These acts, small as they may seem, create ripples of positivity, amplifying our awareness, shaping our experience, and influencing the lives of those around us. Each small miracle observed and honored becomes a thread in the tapestry of gratitude, hope, and joy that colors our lives and the world we inhabit. Life's small miracles often arrive when we are least expecting them, hidden in the mundane, waiting to be noticed and appreciated. A flower blooming in an unexpected place, a word of encouragement, a moment of laughter, or a silent expression of love can all carry profound significance. By attuning ourselves to these moments, by celebrating them, we cultivate a life filled with wonder, appreciation, and joy, transforming ordinary days into extraordinary experiences. Celebrating small miracles also nurtures creativity and inspiration, for it teaches us to see possibilities, patterns, and connections where others may see only routine or monotony. It opens our eyes to innovation, beauty, and insight, allowing us to draw inspiration from the world around us, to approach challenges with imagination, and to contribute meaningfully to our own lives and the lives of others. Moreover, the practice of honoring small miracles fosters humility and perspective. It reminds us that life is not solely defined by grand achievements or dramatic events, but by the accumulation of small, meaningful moments that together create a rich and fulfilling experience. It teaches us to appreciate the present, to honor the journey, and to recognize that even in the simplest experiences, there is significance, value, and opportunity for growth. In celebrating the small miracles around us, we also cultivate a sense of wonder and curiosity, a childlike openness to the world and its possibilities. We learn to approach life with eyes wide open, to notice the extraordinary in the ordinary, to seek meaning in subtle details, and to embrace the rhythm and flow of existence with appreciation and reverence. Each small miracle observed strengthens our connection to life, to ourselves, and to the people and world around us. This awareness transforms our experience, allowing us to live more fully, to act more intentionally, and to contribute more meaningfully. Life, with all its challenges, surprises, and uncertainties, continues to offer moments of grace, beauty, and joy if we cultivate the vision to see them. By celebrating small miracles, we honor these gifts, acknowledge our gratitude, and invite greater abundance into our lives. In doing so, we not only enrich our own experience, but also inspire others to notice, appreciate, and celebrate the miracles that surround them, creating a cycle of awareness, joy, and connection that extends far beyond ourselves. Each moment of recognition, each acknowledgement of beauty and goodness reinforces the truth that life is inherently generous, that miracles are everywhere, and that our capacity to notice and celebrate them transforms both our inner landscape and the world we inhabit. To live in this way is to embrace possibility, to cultivate joy, to nurture gratitude, and to honor the extraordinary woven into the ordinary, enriching each day with the awareness that life itself is a miracle and that we are participants in its unfolding story.